All right, good morning, fam. Merry Christmas Eve. This video is going to be a little bit different than what I normally film here on YouTube, but I'm going to be posting a lot more on here and being consistent and, essentially sharing my journey, especially through personal development, fitness, and documenting a lot. And hopefully that there's a young man out there or a young woman that can watch this and actually gain some value. If I can save you a month or months or maybe even years of trouble, then I know that I did something right. But the topic that's kind of been on my mind recently, because it's a big lesson that I learned in 2024, is making sure that you are leaning towards purpose instead of pleasure. And I've definitely fallen victim of leaning towards pleasure a lot more than purpose, and every single time is it fun in the beginning, and very quickly does it become unfulfilling, and I begin to get depressed, and I begin to have anxiety, and areas of my life start to fail. And this normally happens when you have a lack of clarity in your life and you don't really have much purpose behind what it is that you're doing. You're kind of just waking up and going through the flow. And for my young men watching this, like, if you want to live a fulfilled life, if you want to be a capable man, a strong man, like, you have to live with intention. You have to live with purpose every single day. You need some type of responsibility. You need some type of stress in your life, or else shit is going to get very boring fast. And that's when you lean into pleasure. That's when you want to go drink. That's when you want to go smoke with your friends. That's when you want to go chase women. That's when you want to start leaning towards raves and traveling and doing all this shit that is fun in the beginning, but very quickly does it become unfulfilling because there's really nothing there. You're trying to patch something up with the wrong type of patch. Like, you're not going to be fulfilled seeking pleasure. And it's so easy to kind of fall into that trap, especially with social media. And I've fallen victim to this, like this year especially, where I really thought that I wanted to travel as much as I did. I travel only to find out, like, yo, I fucking just want to get back to my crib. I just want to make my meal plans. I just want to train. I just want to have purpose behind what it is what I'm doing. This traveling shit is cool every once in a while, but I definitely traveled way too often. And a big reason that this year I leaned more towards pleasure than fulfillment, and I wouldn't say the entire year, but there's a couple of instances where I did, it's because I didn't have direction with my own personal fitness journey. Now, if you follow me or if you know me, you know that last year around this time, I had a seizure and I had to stop boxing for good. I was actually going to be competing in boxing. I had a fight lined up. I was going all in with boxing 6 days a week. It was my life. I fell in love with boxing, and I had an unexpected seizure, and that stopped me. I couldn't compete anymore because, well, I'd rather not become a vegetable at the age of 25. And so I had to pull back on that. I had to go through a health phase. I had to stop working out for a bit. I had to go through a cut again because I gained a little bit of weight, and I got shredded, and that was really it. I was just getting shredded to get shredded, and there was really no purpose behind what it was that I was doing besides getting lean. So what I did to bring fulfillment into my life, and I'm telling you, it was like a light switch overnight. Shit changed for me. Was I committed to doing something bigger than me. I hit up my coach and I was like, yo, and this was before I traveled, because I was thinking about the travel. I was like, damn, I'm just trying to lean towards play. I'm just trying to patch up a wound, it felt like. And it just it didn't feel right. Don't get me wrong, the cruise was fucking awesome. I love traveling, but there's a time and place for everything. But I hit up my coach. I told him, I was like, you know what, bro? I hate where I'm at right now. I don't like where my mind is at, and I want to compete next year. I want to step on stage, and I know the level that you hold your athletes to, and I want you to hold me to that standard. And my coach doesn't play around. Like, he's very fucking serious. If you guys know who my coach is, Will Sage, he doesn't play games. And like a light switch overnight, my attitude, my intentions every single day changed. I went on this trip to enjoy myself, and you know what, this was going to be my last little hurrah, I guess. And the moment I came back, I went from waking up at 8 a.m. to waking up at 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. My entire meal plan was on point. I don't even care about drinking alcohol or going out or traveling. All I want to do right now is work on my own personal development. I just want to train. I just want to read more books every single day. I just want to kick it with my dog. I just want to keep pouring into me and nurture the relationships that I have in my life. And the funny thing is like a lot of that seems like a lot of work. You know, you see other people doing it, you're like, oh, I wish I can do that. Or it just feels like a lot of work. I already got so much on my plate. But the thing is, like, that's the shit that drives fulfillment, because right now I'm in such a good flow and I feel so aligned with what it is that I'm doing. But more importantly, like, I feel fulfilled with what I'm doing. Like, I'm nurturing my relationship with my clients. I'm seeing them get shredded like they've never been before, and them like blowing their own mind. I'm hanging out with my friends that I've been with for years, that we've gone through shit with, and we're just talking and excited about the future. You know, we're not going out getting drunk and talking about pointless shit, or going to raves, getting messed up off of drugs, and not doing anything that's going to really benefit us. You know, we're actually sitting down and talking and seeing how can we continue to improve on a weekly, annually basis. You know, I got really, really good people around me. I have a very strong brotherhood around me, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. But all this to say is that when you seek purpose in your life, that's when you will live a fulfilled life. When you are becoming the best version for yourself, so that you can pour more into the lives of others, that's when you will live a more fulfilled life. It's when you get bored and you don't really have purpose, so you start seeking purpose in the wrong areas. You start seeking pleasure. You start thinking about me. How can I make myself feel better? How can I, have fun this weekend? How can I, you start becoming very selfish, and very quickly do you become unfulfilled. Very quickly do you see the relationships in your life start to suffer a little bit more. Very quickly do you feel like inconveniences start to pop up because you aren't as sharp anymore, So I just wanted to hop on here and, hopefully somebody watches this, and if it just touches one person, or you understand where I'm coming from, then I know that I did my job in this case. And, I didn't waste my time sitting down here and filming this. But that's kind of the topic that I wanted to discuss. It's a big lesson that I've learned in 2024. And I wanted to share it with you guys, like, especially you young men. If there's any young men watching this, I'm telling you, like, do the hard stuff in the front. Don't save it for later. Work on yourself so that you can pour into the people around you. Work on yourself. Become the best version of yourself so that you can help your brothers, your mom, your dad, your friends, your clients. Because if you don't, you're just going to look for stimulus elsewhere. You're just going to look for pleasure elsewhere in the form of drugs, parties, porn, women, traveling, food. You're going to begin to overindulge, and this isn't going to bring you happiness. It's not going to bring you fulfillment. If you want fulfillment, you need to live for others. You need to make sure that you become the best version of yourself so that you can help others in your life. That's the only way you're going to gain fulfillment. You trust God's plan that he has set out for you. You seek God, you seek purpose in your life, and I promise you, shit will get better, even during the worst times of your life, even during the hardest times of your life, because I've gone through some hard shit the past 2-3 years. Even during those times, if you seek God and if you lean more towards purpose rather than pleasure, you will still find peace in chaos. I promise you. But that's what I have for you guys. Merry Christmas. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.